Well, if you're like me, you have tried almost every kind of diet. For the last couple of decades, I've tried everything. I've been vegan in the morning and keto in the afternoon. you name it, I've tried it. And I was just cleaning out my library and I found a big stack of diet books. By no means all of the diets I've tried, but these were the books that were still on the shelf. I thought it might be fun to go through the stack with you, see if you've tried any of these, see if it brings back some memories of desperate dieting, and maybe you can share your own story of what it was like. So this is totally random. Let's see, this is the first one, the Fast 800 Diet. This is where you get your fasting. The fast is an 800 calorie fast. And you can read Dr. Michael Mosley's book if you're interested. There's a lot of mixed ideas about the effectiveness of fasting. I cannot fast in a sustained way. For me, the fast diet was not fast. It was actually not moving at all. I tried 12 steps. I actually still go to Overeaters Anonymous meetings. I find them pretty helpful, although I'm on Mounjaro. That's what my channel is kind of about right now, my Mounjaro weight loss journey, especially for people 50 and over. And but I've had trouble in OA if I mention I'm on Mounjaro. It seems to be breaking the rules. Boy, using medication for disease is breaking the rules. I don't know. Food Addicts Anonymous, I went there. I lost 45 pounds in about 4 months, but it's like a freaking cult. You call in every day. You're given a food plan that doesn't totally make sense. You're not allowed to question it. You just do it. If you break the plan, you can't speak in the meeting for another 90 days. It's effective, but you basically have to devote your whole life to it, shut your mind off. Just do what they tell you. I lost 45 pounds, but after 4 months, I was like a nervous wreck from anxiety, and I quit that. I would not go back. I would not recommend it. Although, there are people who have lost and sustained a ton of weight at Food Addicts and Recovery Anonymous. So it does work for some people, a very small percentage, but if you're willing to organize your life around Food Addicts Anonymous and just kind of do what they tell you, maybe it's for you. Alan Carr's Easy Way to Quit Emotional Eating book. He also has one on sugar addiction that's basically the same thing. He just cuts and pastes sugar addiction in place of emotional eating. The whole idea is if you just knew how bad this was for you, you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't crave it if you knew how terrible it was. And of course it is terrible for you. That's the tragic thing. Your body is just compulsively driving you to do something that's killing you. But realizing that wasn't enough for me to stop. It was not the easy way for me. What else do we have here? The every other day diet. This is the idea that, okay, it's too hard to diet every day, but surely you can diet every other day. If you know tomorrow you'll get to eat again, can't you not eat so much today? Well, it ends up, I can't diet every other day. I don't think many other people could too. That diet didn't hang around too long. Keto Continuum by Dr. Bosworth. I got into her for like a 4-week phase and bought these expensive books. I think keto can work, especially if you're type 2 diabetes, but I'm not able to sustain it, just like most people are not able to sustain it. She does have a moving story of how keto really reversed some health problems for her elderly mom and kind of prolonged her life for several years. So I'm certainly happy for that. If you can do keto, that's great. I do think she's money grabbing and I haven't been impressed with her videos. She really pushes the idea that she's a doctor, but I don't think some of the stuff she makes she says really makes sense. So I watch her videos, but verify the things she's saying. Or don't watch her videos, actually. But if you do, verify. Cancer prevention diet. I watched this guy, I think he was 100 years old, on Rich Roll, on the Rich Roll podcast. Now, check this story, because this is from memory. This information is probably not exactly right. But it was something like he got cancer in his 60s or 70s, found this diet, got on it, overcame the cancer, went on to run marathons in his 90s and amazing health. A lot of emphasis on eating vegetables and beans and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure it's good. I can't do it. Bright Line Eating. This is a woman who came out of Food Addicts and Recovery Anonymous and saw a business opportunity. Tried to brand the program, the Food Addicts and Recovery Anonymous program, Bright Line Eating. She's fairly open about that, and then but claims to be adding science to it. She's got a PhD in something. I mean, I'm not saying there's no science to it, but some of her stuff is definitely not science. So some of the psychological stuff, if it helps, fine, but it's not science. And then I watched some of her videos, and she was getting into this series of videos about how she was considering practicing polyamory and the just really awkward stories of how she was trying to talk through polyamory with her husband, who didn't want to be polyamorous. My understanding is she decided ultimately not to do that, but not very related to overeating, and very awkward, and probably not someone I'm looking to as a role model for health. Protein powered. There's a diet for every macro. Don't eat carbs, don't eat fat, eat protein, I just don't think any of those work. But that's not to disregard macros on Mounjaro, because I'm losing weight. I want to preserve my muscle mass as much as possible. See, you don't want to lose these guns right here. So my goal is to eat 160 grams of protein every day, but I do have to supplement to do that. It's unless you're just going to eat chicken breasts and tilapia nonstop all day, and piles and piles of egg whites, you're probably going to have to supplement. But I do eat a lot of protein. I do respect Dr. Bernstein, really groundbreaking and understanding how diet can reverse diabetes. It's very low carb. It's a very difficult way to eat. But if you do it, people have had dramatic results and reverse their diabetes. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those people who is able to do that. And a lot of people aren't able to do it. But if you can, it works. Diet for the mind. I'm scared to death of getting Alzheimer's. So this is the diet for the mind. And, basically eat healthy foods. Eat some berries. They're right there on the cover. Here's another Dr. Bernstein book. I wanted to read this one too, and I couldn't do it. I bought the Keto Continuum workbook to try to get me going. It didn't work. Okay. Now, this is a book I think I might keep because who doesn't want to be Tom Brady? And I think I am going to keep this for a while because I need to add exercise to what I'm doing. And so he's got a bunch of interesting looking exercises that, I might learn something from. And it's a beautiful, coffee table style book. And so I'm going to look through this one before I throw it out. It was also kind of expensive, if I remember right. I was looking to see, this was $30. Yikes. So I think I'll hang on to this one. Maybe I can learn from Tom, the goat. This is another one I'm going to keep, and it's pretty persuasive, although depressing. Why diets make us fat. And most of the research says diets don't work. And not only that, diets can actually wreck your metabolism, make you fatter. If you're up for a grim tale of the futility of diets, read this. It is science-based. It does have some really helpful practical ways that you can improve your health realistically. So if you're not taking Mounjaro, then I would recommend this one. This is realistic way, gives you ways to improve your health, your longevity, while accepting, you're probably going to be overweight. Like I said, most of these can work if you can do them, but almost nobody can do them, and that's what the point that this, like 1 or 2% of people can do it. To me, diets only work if you really almost can organize your life around it. And the people I knew in food addicts and recovery, that's what they did. Their whole life was organized around that. And I know it's got to be a priority, but I want my life to be more than that. Mounjaro to me has been just a huge game changer. For me, it's slow and steady. I started, my all-time high weight a few years ago was 280. And then I lost the 45 pounds. I started gaining it back down. I was like, I got to try Mounjaro. I started it when I was at 255. Now I'm down to 230. I started in June of this year. This video, we're at the end of September. So what is that? June, July, August, September. Okay, 3 months. And what is 255 minus 238? I guess that would be 17 pounds. So I'm down 17 pounds in about 3 months. My doctor's thrilled with it. My health conditions are reversing. My blood sugar's in control. I'm type 2 diabetic. My dad died of fatty liver disease. My liver enzymes have been elevated for about a decade. My liver enzymes are in the normal range. My blood pressure's come down to the normal range. I'm still taking high blood pressure medication, but my doctor's having me monitor that because as I continue to lose weight, I'll probably be able to get off of the high blood pressure medication. So even though I've still got about 40, 50 pounds I need to lose to get to my healthy weight, according to my cardiologist, my health is already turning around. I'm already feeling better. And if I don't mind saying so myself, I think I look more handsome. All right. I hope you enjoy this. If you're on your own journey or thinking about it, like and subscribe to My Platinum Era. It's not the golden years for me. It's My Platinum Era. Why don't you have your own platinum area? How about that? And I'll see you next time.